Hey, you, friends, family, and strangers. I wanted to ask you a question. Why is there half a bed frame in my hallway? I can tell you why. Because I moved it out of the bedroom. Let's take a little look, see? The bedroom has underwent the first stage of a transformation right before you showed up. The bed frame has went away. The mattress now kind of looks like a Murphy bed temporarily. That bookshelf has been cleared off and will need to come out of hiding and be put down toward the front door. The bed frame, the bookshelf, everything's going into storage, just like everything else, if you haven't noticed, because we are continuing our series on trading the renting life for a life of freedom, tucked away in Clifford, my big red van. So part of that is moving out, of course. I'll get a good vacuum of this room thoroughly, because when I lay my mattress back down for the last couple months of sleeping in here, you don't want to kick up any more dust than you have to. So, why am I doing this so soon if I still have a few months on the lease? That is because, well, at any moment, I could break my lease. I'm kind of like that. Kind of like short circuit like that. Or when I live out the lease and I don't get early parole out of this prison and I end up staying here for my full state mandated time, I still want things like this checked off the list long ago so I don't have to worry about it in September, early October, when my lease is totally up. And you might think, well, in the meantime, you still have a few months. That's ridiculous. Don't you want a chick to come over and bang your brains out right here and think you're not a loser sleeping on the floor? I'd like to testify before Congress today that there's not a chick on the planet that seems to be interested in that lately. And, I used to think that was a bad thing, but maybe it's just giving me more time to find my sweetie. You know who you are. Stop it. And so this room will be all done along with all the other crap I've already got into storage in advance of the deadline to give me more, more time for rooms like this disaster. Okay. So it might look like I'm doing my bed too early, but I've still got my mattress on the floor. So what do you care? Okay. Like, F word off. Mind your own bees hole. Okay. And it's not too early, because look at this fucking disaster. As I called it in the other video, the room of doom. Okay, this proves that I need more time for the whole apartment still. Anyways, friends, family, strangers, I thought I would go ahead and roll video on this little project and just kind of keep the clips going until I have enough to, fire out a new feature for you in this new series, I think. It's kind of like a series that's been there because there's already been a playlist for the van lifing transition. But I think it's safe to say things are ramping up. So, let's go get fucked. Gather your things. And let's do it. Loser. I was telling you in a recent video how these crates are so perfect when you're in the middle of moving, because you can get rid of other things like the nightstand that was beside your bed and just replace it with a couple crates, because they're so lightweight and can be used for anything. This has been my temporary nightstand beside my bed. This one and that one were stacked up. And in my case, these two of them like this was too short, so I just turned that one like that and made that top one taller. It was right over there beside my bed. Bada bing, bada boom. Now that we're headlong into the future, I'll probably just need one laid down horizontally. So yeah, perfect example of how those crates come in for the win when you're moving out. Outside the bedroom, we have bed frame part 1, bed frame part 2. Under my bed was these appliance furniture movers with the wheels on the bottom. You can set anything on there. I think I've only ever used them for that big TV, like getting it down the hallway back at the house, etc. But yeah, here either today or starting tomorrow, I'm gonna take all the little fasteners off and try to keep everything together so I don't lose them, to try to collapse the legs in. Everything folds up nice and taut, just like a collapsible table does. This bed frame is pretty awesome if you are moving out or moving often, like I seem to be doing these days, because they're ultra portable. The bed being completely out of the way right now has opened up the perfect opportunity for getting this bookshelf out of this room. Look how terribly dusty each shelf is on this bookcase. Absolutely disgusting. This is the same room I've been sleeping in every night. My own human lungs basically serving as a room air purifier or something. Nasty. Ugh. Blech. Little pro tip for you: when you get ready to move a shelf like that, go ahead and take out all these little shelf pins or whatever you call them. Put them in a little bag. Make sure they are exclusively packed up with the unit and the additional shelves that go in it, because right as you're bumping down the steps, these will start falling out and you will lose them forever. I find that if I just go ahead and put stuff by the front door, then I have a much easier time moving it out, especially on the way to work or on the way wherever. I can just grab and go because it's already right there. All right, look how much dust is not in the canister so far. The room does appear clean, right? You might change your mind in just a second. Check this out, dude. See that sunlight? It took 8 minutes and 20 seconds to travel from the sun to hit my bedroom floor. And look what happens when I hit that spot with the vacuum. I get a really cool light show effect. Whoa. Here at a Pink Floyd concert now, baby. All right, let's see, from one room, one vacuuming sesh, how much crap is in that canister now that didn't even appear to be in the room in the first place. And just to be more gross, I got the Ultra Watt 3000. Oh my mother, Mary and Joseph. Ew. All that is in your home all the time. You just don't see it. And you're breathing it in. And every time you take a step, you kick up dust. And if you don't vacuum often, you're also damaging your carpet, which is something else dumbasses don't realize. I've noticed in my life that is what wears away your carpet the most over time, is that crunching in of dust and sand and crap from outside. Well, take a gander here, would ya? We're now sleeping on the floor, just like when I lived in Hong Kong. Pretty much the damn same. Look at my cute little nightstand. Isn't it cute? I can't wait to come home to bed tonight and get all snuggly up on the floor. It's going to be awesome. My traditional pillows have been thrown away about 2 or 3 months ago because they were getting a little bit of an orange hue to them. So, and the pillowcases have been in storage for a while. That's why we're sleeping on SpongeBob's face lately. If you're headed down 2 flights of steps to go to work, you might as well carry something out with you. Which is why this is now in the van. This, however, is going to the dumpster. Alright, on the way to work. I had no time to cook today, and I was really wanting to run into Walmart and get cold sandwiches and a soda, but there's just not going to be any time. So, because I'm a genius and fat, I've learned many genius fat tricks, such as ordering pickup DoorDash, because it'll be ready when I get there, theoretically. I am starving, haven't eaten a crumb today. It's almost 4 p. Hungry enough to eat the ass end out of a rhino right now. There you go. A meal fit for a king. Every time I order from Arby's, they put this on the drink lid, and a lot of times that sticker becomes epoxied to it, and it's like impossible to break through. Let's see what happens this time. See what I mean? Ooh, by some miracle, it actually worked this time. Normally it's like, yeah, you get it. And I was about to say, crap, we can't use the lid, because that's normally what happens. And I was going to say, look, I came prepared. But now, I have too much prep. My French fries tasted like packing peanuts. I don't even know why I bothered to order chips from Arby's anyways. That's precisely why I turned them into bird food by throwing them out the window. That house was for sale about a month ago, and I called the friendly real estate man whose number was on the sign, and he told me that the property is worth, I forget exactly what it was, something like $350,000. And financially I could swing that with the help of a mortgage. But the mortgage company was not really interested in my current situation, which is perfect and improving every month as far as credit score, etc. They were hung up on the fact that in my past, there is a late student loan payment. Has nothing to do with the current status of my student loan. But hey, whatever, it still feels really nice not to have went $350,000 into debt by the stroke of a pen. I can't go into work with feet looking like this. Much better. Good little worker. Good little worker. Good job. Good night for now. We'll pick this back up again in the morning or whenever I get fucking around to it. You know what I'm saying? But for now, I'm tired as shit. I'm sleeping on SpongeBob's ass right now. See that? Speaking of sleeping, I'm here on the floor like I promised. The way God intended. Okay, I would pan over to show you who's sleeping beside me, but he don't like being on the film. I'm just kidding. Ain't nobody there. Ain't nobody been there in years. Check this out, Dave. I don't know why I looked over there to confirm, but yeah. I moved the bed way over because, look, I didn't want to sleep right on that plug. You know what I mean? Like, what if my sweaty, sleepy sweat hairs, like, what if one little hair gets down into that plug while I'm sleeping and hits a terminal and it electric zaps me while I'm trying to sleep. Maybe I'm dreaming about you and the electric zap ruins my dream. Okay, you don't want that. Plus, you don't want to sleep right by that plug and get electronics in your brain all night while you're trying to sleep. I mean, there's probably a cord in the wall right behind my head anyways, but still. You know what I mean? Pick your battles, fuckhead. Good morning. Or in my case, well into the afternoon, because I slept clear past noon. The bed is still on the floor, and I'm about to use it as a laundry sorting table, which is something I do on my bed every other day or so. But now that the bed is so low to the ground, I'm going to throw my back out trying to get all the stuff organized and folded up. You know, the OG original laundry sorting table used to be right here, tucked away in this cute little closet, which is a convenient spot to fold and put away laundry. But yeah, much like the rest of my life, that table is long gone, tucked away in long-term storage. I tell you what, as fun as it is to stand on my head and fold laundry, I think I'm going to switch gears and try to get lunch ready. Let's do it. I'm thinking I'll make a sandwich for now and also one later for work tonight. Let me see what kind of ingredients I have for sandwich making. Let's see, we got cucumbers, leftover whatever that is. We also have a sandwich. Let's see if that works for sandwich making. We also have a tuna sandwich. All right, that works out. And you know what else I got from Jersey Mike's? These. Is this trash? Wait a minute. If you're moving and packing stuff up, then this is definitely not trash. These can now be used as vintage glass protectors. See this bookshelf? I need to take it down 2 flights of steps and put it in my van. And I need to do that before I get too busy getting ready to leave for work. But luckily, it just started raining out, so perfect excuse to put it off until the next day. Day 2 on this video, and the only thing we got out of day 2 is the second wheelie board. Not very productive, but we'll try to make up for it later. I really shouldn't be in this covered bridge right now. I really should be on my way to work. Or maybe that's backwards thinking. Maybe I should be doing what I want to do with my life instead of living inside of a system where everything has been decided for me. What I'll do and how I'll do it. And anytime I speak up with my own mind involved, I get chastised for it. So you know what I think? I think I'm going to go ahead and walk this trail, enjoy the rest of my day. Then after that, I think I'm going to go to my girlfriend's house and blow her back end out until dinner time. I think today, I think I just quit my job. You know, friends, believe it or not, if you're not used to something being right inside your front door when you first walk into your home, it'll startle you. Sorry about that. For example, there's the front door to the apartment. There's the bookshelf that we already know about. But yeah, except for like the last 2 nights, it's never been there before. So when I first walk in and I see this thing taller than me right in front of my face, I go, whoa, 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 easy. Put your hands up, buddy. Come on. What, are you robbing the joint? Or are you just robbing my virginity? Come on. Hey, let's talk about this. Anyways, friends, family, bystanders, strangers, I do believe the time has come once again to continue our move out of this apartment. Things sitting around like bed frames, things being downgraded to portable tables where there used to be permanent fixtures such as a TV stand, etc., etc. That's what's going on. That's the news. And I do believe, as far as this goes, it is time to pack up this campsite. That really didn't make sense, but just go with it. Piss on this fire and head back to the wee old camper van for a snuggly, cozy night once again. When you wake up in the morning, I won't be here, but a couple mornings from now, I'll probably be here again. Lord willing, and the tides don't rise, I'll be back here with you again. And I'll be here to remind you, stop fighting God's battles, okay? If it's out of your control, let it be out of your control. Sometimes it's not easy to do that. Let me tell you, from experience, letting go of God's fight and focusing on what you can do, that takes practice. But if you're anything like me, you'll get better every time you try. And I have cycles where I mess it up. And then I got to remind myself to get a little acquainted with myself, okay? Don't get so far deep into something that you can no longer see what was up there before you got down too deep. Don't lose your perception, okay? You know what I mean. Anyways, get on out of here. I'll see you soon, but until then, don't be a motherfucking douche.